For those who missed the first session, we started with a beautiful introduction to what we call devotional service. Many would have asked the question as to why didn't you start with the mantras to Ganesh Bhagwan? But there is a very good reason for that. So we started with the very first mantra, and it's a beautiful mantra that one should use at the beginning of any session of teaching, any session of prayers, any session of learning. And the crux of this beautiful mantra lies in the attitude of what we call likeness to each and every single human being. If we would go through this mantra, Om Sahana Vavatu, Sahano Vunatu, Saha Viryam,
A little bit long.
Vahai, Tej Asvina Vadhitamastu, Ma Vidvisha Vahai. So, devotees, this mantra prepares you to go to Bhagwan. Tej Asvina Vadhitamastu, Ma Vidvisha Vahai. May we never have any dislike or hatred for anyone. Also, the mantra says, O Lord, Sahano Bunaktu, Lord, may I and may you be nourished. The word Bunaktu comes from the root of eating or hunger, bhuk lage. And what it means in this context is that we are saying to the Supreme Lord, O Lord, let us be intellectually nourished. So we are praying that all our mental faculties be very sharp. We also said that this mantra is a very, what we call, perfect mantra, in that it has its origin directly from Narayana to Brahmadev and then to Vyasdev and the various rishis. So the mantra has immense what we call provenance and integrity. So it is for this reason, this mantra is very beautiful. And even if we do not go to the other mantras, it is critical. It is critical that we learn this mantra. The advantage of this beautiful mantra is that we pray that the Lord, as you said, nourishes intellectually. But most important, for any student, they must wish their teacher well. On the other hand, the teacher must love their students and prepare to learn them, to make them learn. So it's a two-way road. So if you're a teacher, start the class by divinely loving the Atma of your students. So in that way, their Atma will be most highly energized. May both of us make effort for the capacity for learning to take place. So you want to instill in your students, please do the homework, please study, please master what you're being taught, whether it's language, whether it's dancing, or whether it's any other area of learning. Only this mantra alone, if it was mastered by both students and teacher, then there will be no need for any other mantra. Om Sahana Bhavatu. And we start with Om. Right away, we go straight to the Supreme Creator and Protector of the Lord. And we're saying, oh God, oh Supreme Being, oh Bhagwan, protect both the teacher and the students from everything. Protect their learning, protect their physical status, protect their mental status, protect their material status. The very last two lines of this mantra, Tej Asvi, Tejas, brilliant. Tej Asvi now Vadhita Mastu. Oh Lord, may whatever we learn be very, very enlightening. So what we are doing, when we are enlightening or when we are bright, we shine. So therefore, we become the benefit of the world that we live in. And this mantra ends with Om Shantihi, Shantihi, Shantihi. Oh Lord, may all my students do not have any physical ailments. May all of my students not be the victim of any enemies from any living beings or animals. And the final Shanti, oh Lord, may all my students have a good heart, a good Atma, a good mind, so they become friends to themselves and not enemies. So that was the first mantra. The second mantra we did was this beautiful mantra, which is the Guru Vandana, and we will go through it now. Om Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. In this beautiful mantra, many of us just look at the superficial meaning, which means, okay, the Guru is Brahma, the Guru is Vishnu, the Guru is Maheshwara. But that is not really what we are meant to be empowered by this mantra. What we are saying, Om, O Supreme Lord, let me be blessed. Tasmai Shri Guruve Nama, the last four words of this mantra. Let me be blessed with such a Guru that he may take me to the Supreme Brahm, that my Guru may be able to enlighten me with the knowledge of creation and take me to Bhagwan Vishnu. And my Guruji might be able to show me the mysticism of Bhagwan Shiva. After understanding which, I will have freedom from what we call, that we would be emancipated to this stage of spiritual elevation. So the role of a Guru is not the guy in a saffron robe with a long mustache and his hair has a turban. But the Guru has many forms. And in understanding Tasmai Shri Guruve Nama, we ensure that we do not miss that person who is our Guru. And this start, from Mata and Pita, it start from Bhai, Bahan, it start from auntie and uncle, it start from the teacher in your infant school, teacher in secondary school, teacher in university, but it starts in the millions of people that mentor you in your workplace, that enable you to be more competent. So all of this is what the Guru is supposed to do. So what you needed to have taken from this mantra is to always, always open your eyes to see the Guru in this world. But we take it one stage further. If we come back to the meaning of this mantra, we are saying the Guru is to be seen as Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh, but so am I, Tatvam Asi. And in essence, you yourself is your greatest Guru. You must always look to your own self for your own guidance. Use your intuition. Then you become this great Guru. You become this wonderful, what we call Param Brahma, this super all-imposing energy of greatness that you share with this world. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. So therein lies the beautiful, beautiful prayer. You know, the most potent prayer is the last line of the mantra, which we ask to have the good sense to be humble enough not to miss our chance to recognize the Guru when they appear. Only if we can let go of our self cherishing our pride, our need to be recognized, and our yearning to be given credit for the little things we do, can we ever hope to encounter the Guru, that which brings enlightenment to our soul. So, in essence, we are here this evening to learn the ways in which we can associate ourselves with that group of people that in the end will bring enlightenment to our soul. So we recite this mantra before we go on to what we call the mysticism of Ganesh Bhagwan. Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So now we come to the third mantra in the series. It's to the Bhagwan, or dedicated to Bhagwan Ganapati, Bhagwan Ganesh, known by many, many names. But what we tend to do, we start with this mantra, Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirviganam Kurume Deva Sarvakayeshu Sarvada. And we do not put the necessary preparation to actually start to chant the mantra. And this is the operative word. Starting to chant the mantra. Do not chant this yet, but prepare yourself to go to Ganapati Bhagwan. So how do you go? Via the first two mantra, in purifying yourself, not having any hate within you as you go to the Lord. You know, make yourself enlightened, make yourself very, very selfless. And as you go to the Lord, you seek the blessings of those who made you whom you are, your teachers, your Mata and your Pita, your various Guruji. You take their blessings and you ask in your mind, O Gurudev, O Supreme Lord, bless me today that I may be blessed by Ganesh Bhagwan. And this is a wonderful prayers, in that you're asking the Supreme Lord in a very selfless way, O Mataji, O my Divine Father, O my Divine Mother, bless me today that I may be blessed by Ganesh Bhagwan. And so before we start to pray to Ganesh Bhagwan, you must know the qualities of this Ganesh Bhagwan even before you start to praise him. So how can you praise anyone unless you know who they are? Isn't that logical? You know, that you can praise me, but you do not know what I've done. You do not know my character. You have not seen, you know, who I am. I mean, this applies to anyone. So if anyone is going to praise you, they must do research in you. They must know your background. They must know your lineage. And this is where this beautiful Ganesh Bhagwan comes in. As you can see, we do not have a Murti or a picture of Ganesh Bhagwan as yet, but that will come because Ganesh's energy permeates this whole world. He is without form and he is with form. So in understanding the dual nature of Ganesh, which is Ganesh Bhagwan as unseen, Ganesh Bhagwan which is in the inside, And Ganesh Bhagwan, which is on the outside and that can be seen in his Murtis, can be seen in his creation, we need to first what we call clasp our hands and we offer our adorations to Ganesh Bhagwan. Om Namaste Ganapati. And sometimes one does not need to say more as a prayer. Om Namaste Ganapati. Now, when one says this with a divine heart, which means you are offering your adorations to the supreme principle that underlies this whole creation. So what is this supreme principle? Om Namaste Ganapati. You are Tvameva Pratyaksham Tattvamasi. He's Tattvamasi, the supreme principle. Tvameva Kevalam Karitasi. O Ganesh Bhagwan, we know that you are also the principle of creation, but also you're Dhartasi. You're also the underlying principle that is responsible for bringing this creative cycle to an end. Now, we haven't even started to define, Ganesh Bhagwan. And look, we have moved away from offering what we call the bananas and the flowers to the feet of Ganesh, to offering, our heart and our soul and our whole mental intellect to Ganesh Bhagwan as a universal being. So if you now were to close your eyes and expand the Ganesh Bhagwan standing up, you will see that that form stretches through the whole solar system, through the whole universe. His top goes to the top. His feet goes to the bottom. His hands go to the sides, and his belly, goes all over the material globe. So in saying Namaste Ganapati, we are recognizing that we are actually engaging with the supreme energy that pervades this universe. Tvameva Sarvam Kalvidam Brahmasi. This is a beautiful lines that describes Ganesh Bhagwan. It says in no uncertain terms that this Ganesh Bhagwan, you are indeed the supreme Brahm, which means is that Ganesh Bhagwan is what makes us conscious, what makes everything in this universe conscious. And when that consciousness is what we call injected with what the supreme principle of Ganesh Bhagwan, that consciousness becomes alive. Tvam Saksh Atmasi Nityam literally means is that you are my Atma. Ganesh Bhagwan is, or the supreme God, whatever name you will call it, is still be Ganesh, represents our totality, our life. So indeed, you are the Atma. You're indeed the all-conquering Supreme Lord. Indeed, you are the Atma. So when you are saying, Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakayeshu Sarvada, we are now at the top or at the middle of our intellect. We are pouring out divine energy, thanking this divine Bhagwan. So far, we are only praying to identifying Ganesh Bhagwan with less than 1.1% of the totality of his power. So we are only saying, we know Ganesh Bhagwan can only remove the obstacles, as if that is the only thing Ganesh Bhagwan can do. No, Ganesh Bhagwan has the power of creation. He has the power of maintaining this universe. He has the power of being the supreme Brahm, or the supreme consciousness or energy. So from now on, praying to Ganesh Bhagwan will have so much meaning. But as I said it before, let us prepare to start to pray to Ganesh. So we are not praying to him as yet, but we are saying that, this is the Lord that we are going to be praying to. So if someone were to ask, teach your children, what does your God do? How do you define your God? Our Supreme Lord is defined very clearly. Our God is a creator. Him and him solely is the maintainer of this universe. He is indeed the all-conquering Supreme Lord, and he is the life of the life of the life of our life. Furthermore, Ganesh Bhagwan is Tvam Vangamayastam Chinmaya, Tvam Anandamayastam Brahmamaya, Tvam Satchidananda Dvityoshi, Tvam Pratyaksham Brahmasi, Tvam Jnanamayo Vijnanamayosi. Devotees and listeners, is that Ganesh Bhagwan is that Supreme Lord. He is the Vangamayastam Chinmaya. He is the Chinmayam, or he is what we call our supreme constituent of our form of communication, both the spoken communication and the unspoken communication. But he is also what we call Anandam. He's Anandamayam. Ganesh Bhagwan is the totality of all forms of joy. And this is where maybe what we call Vignaharan, or the removal of all forms of unhappiness, comes in, because if he doesn't remove those, we will not have any Anandam. So Ganesh Bhagwan blesses us with all form of Anandam. But for us to have a blissful life, he also blesses us with what we call the ability not to hurt, the ability in line 3 not to offend, the ability to give bliss to each and every one. And he is one without the second. There is no other deity or Bhagwan that comes close enough in totality to Ganesh Bhagwan. From such Chit Ananda, such Chitta Ananda. He is the underlying eternal truth of this universe. He is our consciousness. He is our Chitta, our ability of discernment, our ability of analytical knowledge. So in praying to Ganesh Bhagwan, we are blessing with Sat Chit Anandam. Indeed, this is the goal of all life. This is the sum total of the height of your divinity. When you know what Ganesh Bhagwan, and when you are blessed by Ganesh Bhagwan, Tvam Pratyaksham Brahmasi. The same Ganesh Bhagwan is the one who will bless us. Tvam Jnanamayo Vijnanamayo. He will bless us with the knowledge, let us say, that you need for your daily work. Let us say, if you have to cook, you need the knowledge of how to mix the ingredients of your cooking for the taste to come out. If you're a salesman, you need to have the knowledge of selling your product, knowledge of your product, knowledge of communicating to your customers, knowledge of understanding the power and the divinity of the Supreme Lord to influence the mind and make you get a good, successful day. You are the knowledge of gross and subtle kind. Ganesh Bhagwan blesses us with the knowledge to make our daily living, and with the subtle knowledge of making us be blessed with spiritual element. So this is Sarvam Jagadidam Tattva Jayate. Again, mantra teaches us is that all of the universe manifestation is due to you. O Ganesh Bhagwan, Sarvam Jagadidam Patishtati. O Ganesh Bhagwan, all of this universe is sustained by you. And all of the universe get change of shape and form of consciousness because of you. And finally, when everything comes to an end, they all merge into your big, what we call, for want of another word, your big belly. It's big enough to take in all of the universe that comes to the end. And in this beautiful last line, Tvam Chatvari Vakapadani, O Ganesh Bhagwan, You are the root. You are the four types of speech and the root of all sources of sound. So devotees, Tattvam, Sarvam Kalvidam, you're indeed that supreme Brahma. Tvam Sach Atmasi Nityam, you're indeed the Atma in summarization of who Ganesh Bhagwan. Now, this is a lot of knowledge to take in, but especially for you to know now that Ganesh Bhagwan is more than what we would see as being what we call the son of Mata Parvati and Bhagwan Shiva. He indeed is the son in the sense that they have presented this beautiful Gana, this beautiful what we call controller, because without Ganesh or Gana, there is no control. He controls the orbits, so all the planets stay in the right way. He controls the waves. He controls the movement of energies in this world. That is what makes him Gana, the controller. And that is why we pray to Ganesh. So after knowing Ganesh, you know, he's this Bhagwan who becomes our friend now. What benefits do we get from knowing who Ganesh Bhagwan is and praying to Ganesh? Well, let us recite our mantra again. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurme Deva Sarvakaye Shu Sarvada. After what we call absorbing and be blessed by the energies of Ganesh Bhagwan, these are some of the benefits that we get. Channeling creativity. Now, if you look around, all of you are looking or experiencing this Zoom conference via an invention of this world. This invention that you see has a lens, it has semiconductor chips, it has plastics, it has gold metals inside. All of these things are basically part of the creative energy of Ganesh Bhagwan. But somebody was blessed to create all of these facilitations so that our life can be different. The mantra opens up the mind block channels to creativity, focus, inspiration, and wisdom. If we can stop and just concentrate on what this really means to each and every one of us. I believe yesterday was what we call Thanksgiving Day. But Thanksgiving is a historical event. If you say someone, okay, you must show gratitude, it means you're asking someone to show gratitude for something done historically, yesterday or the last hour. So it doesn't have a lot of benefit. But if we were to channel our creativity benefit one into saying, how can I show gratitude to someone? Or how can I make someone be thankful to me? Then I get a completely different answer. So if you got to say, how can I make someone be thankful to me, right away, you're putting the responsibility upon yourself to change the world, to change the life of someone, to make someone be acknowledged. For example, if you're a teacher, and this is what this session is all about, if you channel your energy into making someone be thankful for what you're doing, I can assure you, you will be the greatest teacher or the greatest mom or the greatest dad or the greatest friend that this world would ever know. But we got to number two, you cannot have creativity if you cannot control your anger. Anger is so self-destroying, and you cannot even go to pray to Ganesh Bhagwan if you have just abused someone, you know, said the most horrible words to someone, and expect you can go to the mandir, to your Murtis, to your altar and start to pray. God does not exist in a mind full of anger. So what this mantra does, it helps in keeping anger and ego in check. Why does it help? Because it tells you how insignificant we are. The person who has created everything is Ganesh Bhagwan. So you will never get angry by saying, look what you have taken. Or let us say you have a nice expensive phone and your child drops the phone and smashes the screen to smithereens. You could say, oh, my child doesn't, it's harmless. Or you could get really angry. Look what you have done. My investment have gone, whatever. But you are saying something is yours when it was never yours. And you have claimed ownership for something that actually is owned by Ganesh Bhagwan. And this is where the third benefit of this mantra, with intense practice, it instills a deep sense of self-awareness and confidence through meditation. And this is such an important aspect of prayer. Benefits of prayers can only come with intense practice. So it's like if you know how to what we call make ghee under what we call the traditional system, is that you will get the milk and you will get the curd, and you would have to take your hands and churn it and churn it and churn it. And after a very long time, what we call the essence of the milk or the essence of what you're doing floats to the top. So this mantra is teaching us, in order to try out and to experience the benefits of Vakratunda Mahakaya, Surya Koti Samaprabha, Nirvignam Kurume Deva, Sarvakayeshu Sarvada. And you have to recite this mantra over and over, let us say, maybe for the next month, rather than doing many other mantra. This is the only mantra you do. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya, Surya Koti Samaprabha, Nirvignam Kurume Deva, Sarvakayeshu Sarvada. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya, Surya Koti Samaprabha, Vignam Kurume Deva, Sarvakaye Shu Sarvada. So even if you're only blessed with self-awareness, you would not have anger, because if you have a consciousness of yourself, no one can hurt you, or you will not take anything that may be done unto you as having a malicious intention. Whatever it is, Jai Shri Krishna, Krishna caused that person to do that. So therefore, knowing is Shri Krishna Prasad, I take no offense. Or Ganapati Bhagwan, look what your trunk has caused that person to do. Or look, Ganesh Bhagwan, look what your ears have caused that person to do. Or Ganesh Bhagwan, look, you are speaking through that person. I'm happy to listen what that person is saying, because you're the source of all sound and all speech. So I take whatever, even if it's an insult, I take it as prasad from you, but I will not respond. And this comes to the fourth benefit of this mantra. This mantra gives devotees astuteness and knowledge. Sri Ganesha addresses the issue in his devotees' way and favors them with the capacity to make kind choices. So if I correct that from an S to a D, that makes sense. And so this is the way we must always know, because Ganesh Bhagwan is omnipotent, which means he has this potency to do any and everything. Ganesh Bhagwan, what we call the suffix one means unlimited, without limit, total. So Ganesh Bhagwan is omnipresent, omniscient, and omnipotent. So in this way, if you offer your devotion and your life to him, living as a Ganesha every day, living as you are Ganesh, that Ganesh is Tatvam Asi, he's inside you. You know, you would be smiling to everyone. You will never get angry. You will be very thoughtful. Intellectually, you will get strong. Benefit to control, anger would never be applicable, because if you're channeling your creativity and you have self-awareness and you have astuteness and knowledge, then the question of the disadvantages of anger will never come to you. So devotees, be focused on your praying to Ganesh Bhagwan when doing this Vakratunda Mahakaya. So now let's go again to Ganesh Bhagwan and understand why Ganesh Bhagwan is what he is or who he is. So I will make this chart a little bit, or it can fit the screen. I hope all can see. If I can make it just slightly smaller. Oh, that's a bit too small. Right. So we all know now, why do we pray to Ganesh, and why do we do Ganesh Puja first? And you know, after doing Ganesh Puja, if you run out of time, are we then complete in our relation to Ganesh Puja? So Ganesh Puja may be just Om Namaste Ganapatiye, and we focus. So Puja means focus. We focus on Ganesh with a full consciousness that he is the creator, a sustainer, and dissolver. He is benevolent and protects his devotees. So Ganesh Bhagwan, as we know, is defined in this beautiful arti. Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha Deva. Mata Jaki Parvati Pita Mahadeva, Jai Ganesha Deva. So it's Jai Ganesha Deva. Ganesha Deva, Mata or Pita are basically introduced to us, presented to us by Mata and Pita, Ganesh and Mata Bhagwan Shiva and Mata Parvati. Now, we wouldn't go into the powers of Bhagwan Shiva and Bhavani Ma, because this would require another discussion, which will come later in the series. But except to say from Bhavani Mata, from Bhavani Shankar, Mata and Pita, we get Ganesh Bhagwan. Now, Ganesh Bhagwan also has what we call two spouses or two Shaktis. So Ganesh Bhagwan, being the passive, has two very powerful Shaktis, which we call his spouses, and they are Riddhi and Siddhi. So we got Ganesh Bhagwan, we have Riddhi and Siddhi. We have placed them in red as signifying power. Yes, so basically, with Riddhi, you are blessed with success. So now, Mata Riddhi, right, ensures for you to be successful that there is no impediment to your success. And then Siddhi comes in that she gives you the skill to ensure that you're adaptable, you are strong, you are flexible. You know, in Hanuman Chalisa, Mata Lakshmi Devi, in the form of Mata Sita, blessed Hanumanji, Ashta Siddhinau Nidike Data, Asvaradina Janaki Mata. So you need to have these siddhis, and with Ganesh blessings, you'll be accomplished in so many ways. Let us say, if you are a dance teacher, yeah, then you need to be skillful in your movement. You need to have a very strong intellectual ability to be able to control your hands, your chest, your hips, your waist, your feet, your knees. You need to control so many things at the same time. That means you have many siddhis. You're blessed and you're very skillful. Now, the relationship between Ganesh Bhagwan and Riddhi and Siddhi bless us with two sons. They are called Shubh and Love. The association with Ganesh Bhagwan infinitely bless you with all forms of auspiciousness. So which means is that only auspicious things and divine things happen in your life. Love means gain. We know that at Diwali times, we always do Ganesh Lakshmi Ke Puja because Ganesh comes, and when he comes with Shubh and love. So we have stated about the auspiciousness, which means whatever we do, let it have what we call a tint of auspiciousness. Then gain is necessary. Our Bhagwan wants us to be rich. Our Bhagwan wants to have a lot of money in our bank. Our Bhagwan wants us to have a lot of material possession because he knows that unless you live a comfortable material life, you will not have what we call the ambience to create the right spiritual environment around you. So you have Bhagwan Shiva Mata Parvati, you have Riddhi Siddhi. My Guruji taught me a beautiful arti. Riddhi Siddhi Chammar Dole Namadundalo Leva Gajanana Re Gajanana Re O Ganapati Deva. I always bow down to my Guruji. So Riddhi Siddhi gives us Shubh and Labh, and then, of course, then Shubh and Labh have two relationships in that one has a relationship with the energy called Tushti, and the other Labh comes with Pushti. So not only are you being blessed with what we call financial gain or gain of a material nature, but you're also being blessed with gain of a spiritual nature in the form of pushti, all forms of good health. Because no use you become rich and you are connected to every single machine in some hospital. No, you would still have money in the bank, but you can't enjoy it or you can't use it. So with Ganesh Bhagwan blessings, your blessings become totality. You become successful here. You become auspicious in all things you do, and you have all forms of gain. And most important, with the gain, you're able to have all forms of contentment, satisfaction, and with good health. Mantra again. Now, this bit was hidden at the bottom of the screen. So at the top, we start with Ganesh Bhagwan, right? Now, at the end of all of these relationships, with Riddhi and Siddhi, with Shubh and Labh, with Tushti and Pushti, we have the grandsons, and we have the conclusion. They're called Anand and Pramod. Beautiful names. If you are still young enough, you're going to have two sons or a child. You cannot go wrong using this name Anand and using this name Pramod. So devotees, Anand means you by Ganesh blessings. You go through all of these things, and not only that, you will not become conceited. You will not become hateful. You will use your wealth to get Anand, and you will be happy on a permanent basis on all occasions of your life, every moment of your life. But most important, you will also get what we call pramod, so which means you will get happiness, you will have joy, and your joy will be of a divine nature. The arti goes, Ekadanta dayavanta char bhuja hai dari, mate pe sindur sohe muski savari, pan chare pool chahe aur chahe meva, ladwan ke bhog lage sant kare seva. O Ganesh Bhagwan, O Lord of compassion, you bear a single task 4 arms, a vermilion mark on your forehead, and you ride a mouse. People, all the devotees offered you these beautiful leaves and blossoms and fruit and sweets, while the saints and saints worship you, says worship you. Devotees, let us now go and recite this mantra again. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurme Deva Sarvakayeshu Sarvada. Again, Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurme Deva Sarvakaye Shu Sarvada. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakaye Shu Sarvada. This beautiful mantra is a summary of the meanings what was given before, in that he is Surya Koti. He is Surya Koti Samaprabha. Koti means like a billion or on numberless. He is more resplendent than the totality of all the suns of the SUNS of this universe. And in the sense, it gauges you that this is what God is all about. This is what Ganesh is all about. When you're praying, so it's not to be, surpassed. Okay, Om Panchupshar, Om Naivedyam Achmanyam Samarpyami, Om Achmanyam Chandanam Samarpyami. And we are not being conscious of who we are offering this chandan to. Think of your good fortune that you have what we call the material form of Ganesh Bhagwan, that you have been able to touch his feet, and you're being blessed now to touch that Murti that you have energized. That now this Supreme Lord has made himself so small due to his love for you, and due to the fact that you have energized him. It's not that that Murti was naturally energized, but you, because of your own Tattvamasi, because of the spiritual power that resides within you, you have created a beautiful living entity that will take the prasadam that you're going to offer to Ganesh Bhagwan. And because the mantra always says, Samaprabha, Samaprabha, Prabha again, full of what we call radiance, Prabha, and Sama, equal. And then Nirvignam again, he's the one, because he blesses us with all of these. He blesses us with Riddhi and Siddhi. He blesses us with Shubh and Labh. He blesses us with Tushti and Pushti. He blesses us with Anand and Pramod. Then there is no question of obstacles being in your way. So you must always have the confidence and the faith when you're reciting this mantra that whatever issues you may have, take it, fold it in a flower and place it at the feet of Ganesh, and let him convert that into what we call Mahaprasadam. Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakayeshu Sarvada. We clasp our hands. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakayeshu Sarvada. And then if you wanted to do your puja, you would do it like you normally. Offer some water, Achmanyam. You offer some beautiful chandanam samarpyami. You offer some agarbati, dhupam. You offer a nice deepam, and we discussed the importance of lighting a deepam before puja in the first lecture, deepam, and then naivedyam. And then you do your namaskaram, Om Namo Ganapataye Namaste. So devotees, we hope you'll be able to live this mantra. No longer you're going to say it in front of the altar and run away, but you say it on the bus, you say it on the car, you say it in the plane, you see, because Ganesh Bhagwan needs to take your plane safely to wherever you're going. If you need to go to work, you take this mantra with you, because Ganesh ji is all around you. So why not acknowledge him all the time in Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurme Deva Sarvakaye to Sarvada. And if there is a temptation that anytime you're getting angry, say, well, look, I'm not being Ganesh-like, and you want to be Ganesh-like, you want to be smiling, you always want to be self-aware. And if you're getting anger, you know that you're not being creative and you're not being what we call being proactive in your own spiritual development. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Kayeshu Sarvada. Devotees, the second mantra, which we have a limited time to do. We have 5 minutes or 6 minutes to do this mantra. But it's a beautiful mantra that leads on from the first mantra of Vakratunda Mahakaya. One moment. Yes, I hope that is clearer. This is really 2 verses, but we treat it as one mantra. It's a little bit more, has some more difficult words, but it has a beautiful flow, and you can chant it. I will send this to all of the devotees today as a WhatsApp, on the WhatsApp chat. I will send a message with these mantras. Om Gajananam Bhutaganadi Sevitam Kapita Jambu Phala Sara Bhakshitam Umasutam Shoka Vinasha Karanam Namami Viganeshwara Pada Pankajam. And it's chanted beautiful. Always with Om. Om Gajananam Bhutaganadi Sevitam Kapita Jambu Phalasharu Bhakshutam Umasutam Shoka Vinashakarakam Namami Viganeshwara Pada Pankajam. Let's go back again. Om Gajananam Bhutaganadi Sevitam Kapita Jambu Phala Shara Bhakshitam Umasutam Shoka Vinasha Karanam Namami Viganeshwara Pada Pankajam. Om Gajananam Bhutaganadi Sevitam is a beautiful chant invoking the blessings of Ganesh Bhagwan. And as time goes on, you will have maybe 5 or 6 Ganesh Bhagwan mantras that you will find immensely empowering. But the secret of mantra is having one mantra and repeating it over and over. You will get the benefit of all of the mantras. Just have the faith in this one mantra that you feel what we call a natural attraction to. The mantra inspires the visualization of Lord Ganesha divine form, through which we seek courage and confidence. And this is so, if you're praying to God, then you must want something from this Supreme Lord. And what you want from this Supreme Lord is to always be inspired, that you were full of courage and confidence, but only to do the right thing. Don't use your courage to be pompous or to belittle someone, but use your courage and your confidence to instill good into your own self. Through this mantra, the chanter and the listener strengthen their intention for success, positivity, and protection from negativity around them. And this is the sum total of what we call satsang, in that whenever we meet up with each other, we must only have this intention to endear the success of each other and also to give protection. If everyone is our community needs help and protection, then we must go out of our way to help and to protect them and be Ganesh-like, to use his, what we call, his tusk for the assistance and serving of all. And you will say, this brings to the comment that Ganesh Bhagwan had initially 2 tusks. But we all know that Ganesh Bhagwan now only has 1 tusk. For what did he do with the tusk when it needed? He said, well, if this tusk is not going to serve the benefits of humanity, then it's not worth having. But so he broke his tusk then, and he used that tusk to write the Vedas, or what we call to place the Vedas into scripts that is available to us. And then you will want to know again, where does this mantra come from? There's a Gajananam Bhutaganari Sevitam, Kapita Jambu Palasharu Bhakshanam, is basically should be chanted in the morning and offered to Ganesh, that Lord of auspiciousness and success. Yeah. And as I said, the Ganesh mantra, we started at the beginning of the day. And so listening to this mantra and chanting it will bring you all forms of confidence, brings joy. It will improve visualization. And this is very important. Whatever goals you have, whatever intuition you have, Ganesh Bhagwan inspires you to see what you can achieve and what is also good for you. And that is where we must end. Is now 8:58, except to say, if I can just go, Kapita Jambu Palasharu Bhakshanam, which means is that to the auspicious being who relishes the fruit of the Kapita and the Jamun. I mean, Kapita is a bitterwood apple, and Jamun is what we call the rose apple. Devotees, what I say to each and every one of you, Ganesh doesn't like the fruit, but what he likes is the essence of the fruit. And what I wish every one of you today is that the essence of Ganesh Bhagwan be with each and every one of you. Om Shantihi, Shantihi, Shantihi. Next session, we will continue with where we left off. May divine Ganesh Bhagwan bless each and every one of you. We are now ending the sharing of the screen, and I would like to see each and every one of you on screen. If you can kindly now turn on your videos so I can, what do I call, bring all of you and mention your name. So I would like to thank this wonderful, we have an extremely great devotee. She's Archana Dave, a wonderful teacher and scholar. I would like to thank Balaji, a wonderful brother of mine. I would like to thank Srimati Catherine, wonderful. I would like to thank my brother, really great brother of mine, Devji, namaste. I would like to thank Dhiru Bharadia, namaskar. I would like to thank Ganga Kashiris, Ganga, namaste, and thank you so much again. I would like to thank Auntie Esther. I'm extremely pleased to see Auntie Esther with us today. I would like to thank my brother Fidel for being with us. I would like to thank what we call Param Bhakt, Priya Bhakt, Harish and Lakshmi ji. And we have a wonderful sister. She's on the screen. She's Hema Didi, namaste, Hema Patel ji. And I would like to thank our Beti Kimaya. She's on screen. I would like to thank, once again, I would like to thank Kimaya and her mom and her family. I would like to thank Kiranji, namaste. I would like to thank a wonderful brother of mine, Kishore Bhai. I would like to thank our sister, a sister or a daughter of this family, Leslie, and Rikesh. Wonderful to have both of you. I would like to thank, of course, Radhika, my wife, for being here. I would like to thank my brother and Bhaiya, and also wonderful star of our community, Bhaiya Rajesh Ramkiramaji and his family. I would like to thank my sister, Shirley Ramnarayan. I would like to thank Auntie Shama ji. I would like to thank Sneha Venkat. Namaste, Sneha ji. Thank you so much for joining us. I would like to thank our sister Susie. One moment. I would like to thank my sister Soma. Beautiful, my sister. Namaste, Somi ji. Sitaram. I would like to thank Sister Sunita.
Namaste, my brother.
Namaste, my sister. I would like to thank Namaste, Ty Patterson. I would like to thank what wonderful devotees, Zainab ji and Ashok ji. Again, I would like to thank Harish ji. I would like to thank my little daughter Anjani for helping me with the technology. And may that Supreme Lord, uh, bless each and every one of you. I hope I have not missed out anyone. So let me start. Let us clasp our hands and do Vakratunda Mahakaya. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakayeshu Sarvada. And I pray that each and every one of you is truly blessed today with learning about Ganesh Bhagwan. Always remember that with Ganesh Bhagwan, you're very fortunate again to get Mata Pita. You're fortunate to get Riddhi and Siddhi. You're fortunate to get Shubh and Love, auspiciousness and gain. You're fortunate to get Tushti and Pushti, satisfaction and contentment and good health. And most important, may all of you be truly blessed with Anand and Pramod, blissfulness and divine happiness. Om Shantihi, 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 Hari Om. बोलिए जगदम्बे माता की जय, प्रेम से बोलो गुरु महाराज की जय।